Hello, it is Elle for the new episode of Super Awkward Funcast. I'll introduce my guests. This is the super awkward Steven Robles.
Hi, everybody.
That's
my awkward voice.
My hearing is really bad today.
Okay, I'll speak in my stage voice.
Stage it. Edwin Santos is back. Edwin A. Santos,
Woo!
everybody. And we have the wonderful Ryan Lichtenstein. I hope I'm saying that right. It is Jewish, correct?
You were very Lichtenstein.
Oh, it's the Stein,
I was
like
actually
Frankenstein.
raised Catholic, but they're really just the Miller Lite of Jew.
I admire your artwork.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about Harvey Weinstein, so that may have factored into my pronunciation.
I get Steen all the time. Don't worry about it. At least
I don't even like Steen. I like Stein. Stein sounds better. Einstein, not Einstein. That sounds ridiculous.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more German.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very German.
Indeed. So our projects. What's going on with you, Steven?
Nothing much. Last night I shot a show at UCB, Walsh Brothers. I'm a photographer, so I go out and shoot different shows and events. And
Walsh Brothers are awesome comedians.
Yeah, Walsh Brothers.
Performance artists.
Yeah, just spent a day with them last week on a shoot. They're shooting their new Comedy Central web series. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Like knowing them and realizing that they work really hard, and you think about when you work with other comedians, you don't think about money, you don't think about things like that. You go out and you kind of do things like this, You're
I think about money a
Why
lot.
don't you do it?
But I might just be an asshole.
Maybe.
Well, but I mean, if you if Edwin was like, hey, come work on this thing with me, you don't expect it to be, you know what I mean? Like, so the Walsh was like, hey, come work on this thing with us. There's 3 cameras. There's a whole crew. There's a craft service table. It's like what the?
Was it actually a craft service table, or did they just go and get?
Well,
a
actually,
couple
it was
little
a craft service
Careful.
van because the shoot was moving throughout.
Well,
downtown.
holy shit! They had a van.
Well, it had all kinds of stuff.
And
in
of
it.
food.
All kinds of stuff inside. But, equipment and things. But it followed us around the shoot as we went around downtown LA. They had a van and it had water and food and things inside of it.
Were you the same production that was shooting also in Bakersfield, like in the Valley or Bakersfield? Porter Ranch, maybe?
No, I just was on the one day.
Okay.
Friday.
That's a lot of information from Steven Robles. On to Edwin A. Santos. What are you up to? I hear Blue Dream is coming back.
I have a new film called Blue Dream about a newspaper writer who experiences sex, drugs, and sex, drugs, and corporate takeovers while solving a series of murders. It's coming out on DVD and video on demand and digital platform, which I still have no idea what digital. I don't think that's streaming, is it? It's video. I forget it.
There's
Yeah,
VOD,
there's streaming
video on
video,
demand.
you can get it.
What's the
iTunes.
difference between digital and VOD? That's what's confusing.
Video on demand.
Yeah, VOD.
Well,
digital is like iTunes
digital
or
you download.
you buy it and download
Yeah,
it.
and then
VOD
you
is
just
like
stream
cable,
VOD. Yeah.
Okay.
I
There
take
you
it back.
go.
You're already doing those huge projects. Never mind. I take it back. So if you work with Edwin, it's going to be professional.
There you go, audience. That's how the digital revolution is going. Here's Ryan Lichtenstein.
I am writing a podcast, like a radio drama podcast. It's a parody
Perfect.
of The Shadow called The Masked Avenging Philanthropist.
Yeah, like back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to do it like
I should do that. We
old
should do
timey.
like a little play later.
30s-y.
I once did a radio
Shadow
play
play.
of The Christmas Carol once with a bunch of people. The bear?
That's my Barry Brown. My bear, Barry Brown.
She's now showing us a stuffed bear with
He's looking at us.
apparently Olympic gear on. A beanie, a sweater.
He's very patriotic.
It's
So-
the 2010 Bear, so it probably was a silver medalist at the Vancouver Games.
Indeed.
It's the year she made contact with that bear.
Exactly.
Is it the show's new mascot?
Well, we do need one.
The super awkward bear.
Or the angel next to the bear. Which, plug for me, I am working on a new project. Just finished a script for a short film that Steven helped me
Went over the script.
a little bit with his analysis skills of scripts.
That was super awkward.
That
Animal
was.
analysis.
Your analysis of the Los Angeles. And I want it pronounced that way because I hate when people pronounce LA like Los Angeles. Like, it's not Los, it's Los. It's masculine, not feminine. And it annoys me even though I'm not Spanish. I really respect their culture. I'm not pandering to you in any way, shape, or form.
My spirit, my grandmother appreciates that. Thanks.
I was gonna say you're trying to want the ethnic ghetto kind of urban pronunciation of.
I even say Los Angeles.
Ah.
I'm just saying, I'm really in tune with the Hispanic community in terms of pronunciation.
I try to just be like the most English-sounding pronunciation as possible.
I bet you say Los Feliz.
Oh, I say it all the time, Los Feliz.
Or no, Los Feliz or
Los
something.
Feliz.
Los Feliz. I can't even remember it because
I just like when
reject it.
Hispanic people see me, I just want them to know like, oh, that fucker's a gringo.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Like I say tapatio sauce, and I know it's like tapatio.
Tapatio.
Yeah, but it's like or
El
fajita.
Segundo.
Yeah,
El Segundo.
It's what I don't want to be. I feel like I'm almost being disrespectful
The second.
to the culture if I'm like trying to pronounce everything properly because you're like really dude okay.
It can
you took
go
Spanish
both.
102, didn't you?
Nah.
It can go both ways, right?
Well, even the bus pronounces things properly. We've been on the bus, like
I love it.
it's like first and Los Feliz, and it's like, oh, okay, or
So exciting.
Cesar Chavez. It's like the bus pronounces it correctly. I can't. I don't.
We ride the bus a lot.
Whenever I say Spanish, I always say it sort of my grandmother's voice, or in like a ridiculously telenovela voice. I don't really. I don't respect my own culture.
Let's hear it.
So like if I'm going to say like Los Angeles as in Spanish, I'm like Los Angeles. Like I can't just say it. Normally, or
I love it.
Los Feliz, Los Feliz.
Like El Gordo y la
Yeah,
Flaca.
El Gordo y Flaca.
See, I'm telling you, I think tourists should like ride the public transportation buses rather than the tourist
They would
buses
learn
and-
so much.
Yeah, exactly.
And there would probably be the same amount of stabbings. So
Even more so.
It's just the local stabbing the tourists. That's a weird trend.
I love that we had a couple stabbings and all of a sudden like the police were just a presence on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Nowhere else in that neighborhood, just the Hollywood Strip. You just see
they're
them.
right there. And now they're there till 2 a.m. There's 2 cops just standing in front of the subway station, Hollywood Highway.
Bid patrol.
Just standing there.
Just trying to keep the club rats out of
And they don't even know when the
metro.
restrooms are.
And they have like their their M16s.
I thought you were going to say
ready to go.
AK-47s. I'm like,
Like,
that's
AK
really
like-
far.
No, I don't think they have AK-47s. They have American.
Not yet.
But like you show up and get like the full armored dog and the dude in the SWAT gear with like a shotgun that looks like it could blow a hole in a taxi, and you're just like, that
Wow.
Tactical auto shotgun.
overkill.
And the gun they have is an AR-15.
Oh yeah,
It's not automatic.
See, that's
Okay.
that's normal in the Philippines because when I was there for a vacation, there you see armed guards. I went to a McDonald's in the Philippines. And I saw an armed guard like dressed to the T like that, more so like military. And I was like, wow, I'm either afraid or secure. I'm not
really
sure.
Safe right now.
But he was a police officer.
They just want to make sure you actually eat
peace
the food
officer?
while you're there.
more or less, if you want to call it. That's what he says.
Oh, that's
What?
sad.
What? Talk about McDonald's in the Philippines. What do they have any kind
They
of
have
different
McDonald's
menu items there?
everywhere,
I
don't
mean, because like I know in New Mexico, when you go to New Mexico, not as the Philippines, but they have green chili and everything in McDonald's. Like you can ask for green chili in any hamburger, anything. So in the Philippines, they have like lumpia and like.
They have I heard they have a McAdobo
McAdobo.
burger or dish. I have no idea.
What is that?
There's a meal called chicken adobo. It's a delicacy in the Philippines.
Never mind, I
It's-
don't want to know.
No, I mean it's simple. It's nothing bad. It's like it's
You
not
can adobo
fried, it's
anything,
like
not just chicken. But
chicken and soy sauce, cooked soy sauce on top of it. It's yummy. But they have McAdobo, and I have no idea what that
McAdobo.
means. So yeah. But I mean, like
They can make anything.
when I was there in 1980, I stayed for a year. My parents wanted us to stay for a year. It's like if we like it, we'll stay forever.
Mm-hmm.
No. So make this short. They opened up the McDonald's the first time in 1980. So I went there because I was so hungry.
Yeah.
I hadn't had it for a year in Chicago. So I ate. It's a really exaggerated story. I ate it and then I threw up and then I threw up again the next day. And because someone told me that the economy couldn't afford beef meat, so they actually dug under the ground for worm meat.
Oh!
They made platters
Okay,
for
what's
burgers
the
and stuff like
difference?
that, and that's it.
But I mean, as
Yeah,
long
I
as
got an
it's,
A in my speech when I said that joke in college.
yeah, but I mean, as long as it's like cooked through, you're probably good.
Kind
yeah.
of soft. I'm not quite sure.
Remember they were using kangaroo meat in the U.S. for a while
No.
before they.
I don't
Sounds
want to hear
awesome.
about that. That's depressing.
Yeah, and horse meat, but that's in Europe. They use a lot of horse meat.
Well, horse meat is like cow meat, only it's horses. So
It's just horses.
stringier.
Animal's an
Yeah.
animal to
Equine.
me. Like I don't
Equine.
see any difference about eating one animal or eating another animal. It's all.
Hey, dogs
They're
are
all
cute.
animals.
I don't really care about cats, but dogs are cute.
I'm house sitting dogs right now. I can tell you right now. I kind of always want a dog. You know, like I'm like, oh, I want a puppy. I house sit for my friend like once in a while. I don't want. After leaving her house, I don't want a dog anymore. I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
I don't want to
They're
walk them
stressful.
around and they bark and
It's like seeing children. You're like, oh, this thing's kind of cute. What if I had? No, I don't want it.
No.
It smells bad.
Get it away.
Gotta get my spray bottle so I can just sort of shame it into behaving. I treat children and cats the same way.
Well, that's fair. So I see. I like your shirt,
Oh, yeah.
Steven.
Sunday, it's Breaking Bad shirt day.
Yes.
So this
It
is
is
today's Breaking
Sunday, guys. When we are recording this, it is Sunday, and we have not yet seen the new episode of Breaking Bad, but we can discuss the last one.
Well, have you guys
Spoiler
watched
alert,
it, or-
everybody.
Well, I just want to give like a play-by-play of the shirt. It's
Yes, let's do
Jesse and Heisenberg drawn in the style of the Venture Brothers.
Yes.
And it says "Go Team Super Science."
Yes.
And it's all powder blue,
It's badass.
like the map.
Yes.
Badass.
Very
Crystal blue persuasion right there.
Song's been in my head all day. Every Sunday, the song's in my head. You guys watch that show, Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm a little bit.
Oh man.
Okay, we
how are
won't
we gonna
get
talk
it.
about it then? Do you want to be caught up then?
Nothing
Go
really
ahead.
happened in the third
Well-
episode. It was kind of boring.
I'm sure every.
Well, how far behind are you? Have you seen
Uh,
the new ones yet?
I only went like maybe about a few more episodes after the pilot, but I'm still in season 1.
Oh,
I'm glad that
wow.
you're still going, though.
I'm
I knew if I
trudging
introduced it to you, you would just fall in love, just like everyone.
Just try get through the first season. If you don't like it the first season, just stop because it doesn't.
Well-
It'll only get better, but you won't. If you're not into it, then you won't. I don't know. I don't think you can follow it. Like I don't know. I just won't be into
Yeah.
it. But like I got into it like the 5th episode. I was kind of like, okay, I think I'm on board with this.
Well, right now, without giving anything away, we are trying to decide what's going to happen at the end of the series with Heisenberg and with Jesse.
He's gonna die.
If anyone is going to die, in general.
I think Heisenberg's gonna die.
Jesse hasn't died by this point, by the way.
Jesse's
Spoiler alert.
The Brian Cranston.
No,
the,
the
Aaron
other guy.
Paul.
The young
Aaron
guy,
Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Okay.
The shaved head.
Yeah.
He was supposed to die at the end of season 1, but he was such a great actor, they kept him on.
You know what? I mean, not seeing the entire series so well, I'm thinking like if anybody's gonna die, I think it should be the Brian Cranston character.
Well, I think he's gonna die.
Well,
I think he's gonna die
he
hard.
should die.
Well, because so far
He's
I've been
supposed
watching-
to be
I've
dying.
been watching this show, and so far anything I want to happen has happened. Like I'm looking at it like we were watching the first
You
episode.
want a Tortuga?
Well, I mean, Tortuga was just like a throwaway thing, but I
Okay.
watched when I was watching the first episode of this season 5, the second half. There was something in there. And I was like, man, this would be great if this happened like right now. And then it's exactly what happened. I'm like, okay, this show's on point. Like I love that. Like,
What about the reveal at the end of the 5A season? You know where that happened.
Oh, where
Did you
the guys on
predict
the
that?
toilet?
Yeah, the toilet. The big
no,
toilet
No,
thing.
I mean, I kind of figured
You'll
because
see.
there's this like idyllic scene beforehand where everybody's kind of happy and like doing their thing, and you kind of figure something bad's going to happen because at that point it's like
You
you're
gotta
kind of like,
leave
okay,
it.
well, almost like the lights
Cliffhanger.
here, right? The lights the tunnel is here, and then right at the end you get the last 30 seconds, you're like, oh,
And then
you got to wait a whole year to see what happens.
And then in the next episode, just all shit breaks
Yeah,
loose.
it picks
and
up
you're
right
like,
where it left
wow.
off. It's amazing.
It
So
is
we get on
amazing.
that, buddy.
I really love Breaking Bad. I read a critique in the AV Club that was saying it wasn't as populated as other really great dramas like The Wire and The Sopranos.
Silly.
And I
AV Club
think,
silly.
well, it was like it was their troll article. It was
Well,
very,
that's pretty much 90% of AV Club is troll.
yeah, yeah.
Can we say bullshit?
But he brought up
This is explicit.
I thought
Okay.
it was an interesting point, and I guess my defense of that argument being that Breaking Bad is more than a television show. You're basically watching like a 72-hour morality
Absolutely.
play.
That's true.
And that's why you can populate it with so few people outside of like the 8 main people that they have, and why it's so gripping and so compelling is that you're just watching fucking Shakespeare happen.
Yes,
throughout
exactly.
television.
It's a
Thinking
drawing room.
Shakespeare.
It's a drawing room play
Yeah.
for the modern era. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one like you said, it's one long story. And I've never been obsessed with this kind of show since Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is like my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
Although I think this beats it now because
It
it's like
does.
there's not one episode that's a clunker. There's not one.
Oh,
I
there's
watched
so
the
many
whole season,
of Buffy.
the whole series, right?
So
but
many.
then there's a lot more episodes of that too. But
What was with Ted? I'm just saying.
I like
anyway.
that one. I like John Miller. But I've watched the whole series of Breaking Bad from one to the end like 4 or 5 times, and it's like there's one episode I don't like, just one.
Is it Fly?
Yeah,
I knew it. Everybody thinks.
Well, it's not stupid. It's just
I really
it's,
like
The Fly was the
I thought it was a really great
watch
episode.
it like
It was,
twice.
like, super.
Watch it again and be like, I can't.
This
handle
is that's because I checked all the entire. I mean, I checked all the episodes before I went to watch, and then the one that stood out was the Fly episode. Now I'm for one that loves standalone episodes. I have a feeling this one, the Fly, is a standalone.
Oh no,
It's
definitely,
a bottle
it's definitely
episode.
Emmy, like an Emmy nomination.
I
Like
wanna
this
see
is
that.
how.
There are good effects too.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It just didn't in the context of where it is. It
I
just
haven't
doesn't,
seen it in a
doesn't
while.
fit. It's just like this weird aberration in the middle of like this great flow, and there's like boink, here's this little diamond, this little polished
It's
gem.
like the Lynch
right in
part,
the middle,
the
right.
David Lynch.
Is it like a break from all the seriousness? Of
Sort
the
of.
episodes?
There's like a beginning and end. At the beginning and end of the episode, like a link to the two previous and coming episodes, but in the middle of it's just like this little.
Almost any
Yeah.
series that you watch will have bottle episodes where you're not really sure where it fits
Yeah.
into the.
And I think this went out to critics. It probably went out to magazines. Probably went out to here's what the show's about. You're sort of Bryan Cranston. If you missed him up in the middle, he's still a funny guy. Like he still does pratfalls and things. Like don't worry, like he's still here.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. It's just
he's
really
just
weird.
chasing a fly around for 53 minutes.
Oh, and he falls off that thing and bangs his head and flips over off the tank. It's
Don't
so
give away
funny.
the entire episode.
No, I'm not giving it away. It's just something to look out for. It's-
I think it was written because Dean Norris needed a break or something like that. So they're like, all right, yeah, we'll just whatever. We don't need you this week.
I know for a fact from Vince Gilligan. I haven't met him or seen him, but
I know you extensively watch interviews.
I've watched an interview with him, and he said that it was because simply it was a bottle episode, and that they didn't have sets that they thought they were gonna. It was a very expensive episode, the next episode, and so they wanted to focus a little more like in on the relationship and
All right.
do
makes
something
sense.
different.
I think
Yeah.
that's why I liked it so much because it was such a well executed bottle episode where you're just like, okay, this doesn't have anything going on with the plot, but it's still like because every time I watch Breaking Bad, like the first time, you're like, all right, he's gonna die like right here. This is the kind of show it has the balls. They're just gonna murder Walter White, and it's gonna be the Skyler show for another 3 seasons.
That
Like,
would've
they
been
can do it. They
awesome.
can pull it off. Okay, he got it out this time, but next time. And even when he was like following that fly around, I was
What
like,
if Skylar became like the next big kingpin,
Queenpin? I don't know how to feel about Skylar. Like I'm not one of those people that just hates her because she's a woman. Like I didn't like the character because she was impeding Walter's progress because you wanted to see him just like be a total badass. But it'd be
she's the voice of reason.
oh, absolutely. Like I don't hate Anna Gunn because she was playing a
awesome.
character. Even now, like there was like 3 episodes in season 5 where I liked Skylar and I was like, oh, please just get away. And now I'm just like, you really collapsed in. I kind of hope you both die now. And poor Holly is just an orphan.
And Walt Jr.
But Walt Jr. can take care of her. He
Walt
has the
Jr. has the
skills.
hilarious crying face. The hilarious
That's
face.
not.
Like,
That's not appropriate to say.
and it's like he just looks like he's trying to poop, and it's like
He
come
has
on.
cerebral palsy.
Yeah, but it's not that bad.
No,
Still, he's like imitating.
His image, yeah, like I
You
don't
know.
it's
It's a fine line.
I think it's really interesting. Like R.J. Might and Peter
really
Dinklage both have a lot of stardom. Actors who would not normally have any mainstream appeal, and yet they're on like 2 of the biggest shows on television.
And
even
he's
though-
really championing those roles for like disabled
Yeah.
people.
I
He
was-
really has been to like a bunch of events and started this charity organization. He's really out there trying to get more visibility of these kind of actors,
Yeah, I was really,
which is really nice.
super impressed by it. Him and Peter just like I love that they've taken it and just run away with like, hey, you can be different, but if
Dinklage
the right role comes along,
is the best.
yeah, he's a good actor.
He's also kind of sexy. I said it.
Well,
I
yeah.
thought I didn't think I'd ever find him sexy after Elf, but when he was on Nip Tuck and that character, he was like the nanny guy. I was like,
He's
yeah,
probably
I'd hit it.
He is probably a
I
really
would hit
angry
that.
fuck. I would imagine, like really angry, like
He-
super aggressive.
Yeah.
I believe he's like ridiculously dry on set.
Is he a tripod? You think?
He might be. I mean, I've seen
Barn.
pictures of his wifey. He ain't doing too bad in that department. She's a pretty lady.
She's pretty tall too, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, she's of regular size. I think.
Oh, she's like 5'10", I think.
Maybe I don't know. I think that's kind of badass. That like,
Why not, yeah.
He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get this one. I'm winning.
Yeah.
Breakout role.
He's a very handsome.
I loved him
man.
in Elf, though. He was really funny. I'm an elf.
Well, Edwin, what are you
I have
watching?
Elf.
What are you watching these days, Edwin? What's your show?
Oh my
show
God.
shows.
I'm gonna start emptying out the room when I say it. I don't watch. I mean,
Downton Abbey.
No, see,
I watched that too, though. I like it. I'm
Dexter,
sorry.
the final season.
Dexter.
Boo.
I can't watch Dexter because I have no.
Sucks.
I can't watch a character that I don't have any interest of rooting for because he's a killer. A killer with a heart, I guess. This is what I'm hearing.
He has his reasons.
Yeah, but it's not. It's
They're
not
kind of
viable
stupid after
reasons to
like
me.
season
So
3 of Dexter.
Well, so they completely divert from the books at that point. Now it's just their own story.
Well, the books get really dumb too
Well,
because
the books
he's
are
like,
weird.
there's like a
Oh.
fucking demon inside of him. Like the Dark Passenger is an actual
Yeah.
thing that runs away when it gets afraid of another thing.
Well, it's in the kids. Like the kids are part of it.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah, it's all first person.
What's up with Harrison? Is he going to die at some
No.
point? Is he going to go to therapy at some point?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Realize
I really think this whole season's gonna just fizzle out.
that
I
he's
feel.
seen way too much. That kid has been through so much hell.
Well, how old is the kid now? He's like 1?
What is he, like 10? I don't
Harrison's
know.
10.
Harrison's
I think
like-
they like
2 or 3
You know.
or 4 or
Yeah,
something.
you won't remember any of that
they
stuff.
recasted him.
He likes
Oh,
that
this
girl.
guy.
He likes the girl because she's a serial killer.
What the?
Wait, which girl?
Oh, the girl that's
No,
well,
I don't get that
She has
relationship.
spin-off?
Wait, is Julia
at all.
Stiles back?
No,
No.
it's the other girl that was
Never.
the poisoning girl.
She will never be
I
back.
haven't paid any attention to
Oh,
since
he
Julia
like
Stiles
well, I
left.
don't know, he like met a girl and she was like a poisoner and like
It's
he got
horrible.
involved. Then he fell in love with her.
Why didn't you just
Awful.
murder her? Like he always
He
does.
tried. He actually had her on the table and then he was so
Oh,
in
but
love
he's
with her. he
so
couldn't
in
do it.
love
Yeah.
with her. Like, what the?
Hey.
You've killed all these freaking people, and all of a
Well,
sudden,
that's why he's like, I'm not going to kill this one. This is it.
oh, I'm
gonna
in
do it.
love. I
killed that
want to
dark-haired girl.
go
He killed
away
that-
with her to another country and like sip margaritas. Like, this is not Dexter.
And
Come
probably
on.
murder people too.
Together.
Wait, did Dexter end yet? Or
No, it's
still-
over. This is the last.
It might
season.
as well
Okay.
have.
Well, I know. But I mean, like, is the last episode aired yet?
No,
Sorry,
no.
Dexter
I
fans.
think it's like 3 or 4 left. I think maybe
Okay.
2 or 3. I'm not sure.
'Cause
I'm
I
not
have
counting anymore.
Not followed it at all.
Okay, anyway,
Don't follow it.
Edwin, your show. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just these days I'm allowed to watch wrestling.
Ew.
Which league? All leagues or
Yeah, it extends to that. But right now the two of them that has TV shows WWE and TNA.
right?
So I watch those two.
TNA?
Total nonstop.
I was
action.
saying.
It airs
It's
on
expensive.
Spike, right?
Yeah, there's a spike. Yeah.
So who are your
Of
guys?
course
Who,
it does.
Who you do? CM Punk?
I'm a CM Punk guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I like those. I like those guys, especially these days now, especially they're coming from the indies and they're showing they're showing that they are real wrestlers rather than
Right,
than
just
they're
to show
just
that
being
wrestling.
like an actor or a model, whatever reason it is. So Punk, Bryan, AJ Lee, she's got a lot of wrestling skill.
Yeah.
You just go back to her past stuff like, oh god, this girl can wrestle. She's not a model.
And wrestling's big in the Philippines, right? Like huge, right?
Yeah. My
This is a
grandfather introduced me to wrestling because he was listening to like a little radio transistor, and I was like listening with him, and didn't sound like baseball, it didn't sound like football or basketball, but it sounds so animated that
Yeah,
I can
exciting.
visualize it in my head. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, wow, this is awesome.
Well, wrestling's like
Hell loves wrestling.
the great equalizer of it's like that and
I
like
love that
mime
we're
or
talking
something.
about
You
wrestling.
just like it just translates through all the cultures because people just love people getting smashed in the face with a chair. At least my experience with WWE, they stereotype the hell out of everything. So if you look at that and you're just like, oh, those are like ginger-looking dudes in skirts. That's what Scottish people look like.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
I don't like when they do that kind of thing. It's kind of makes it. I don't know why that's appealing, but that's what they do.
Well, that's what wrestling's about, the big stereotypes. You know, in the 50s, it was about the Russian versus the American, you know, and it was just like boo, hiss, yay, and you had to have those big archetypes, like, divide people. So I think that just carried over. You got to be colorful, you got to be big. You know,
Ric
now.
Flair.
Ric Flair.
Awesome guy.
I know
Yeah,
him.
Stereotypical white guy.
That's another one. I know.
Wow. Let me shake your hand.
Oh, the nature,
Georgia.
The nature boy.
He's from Georgia. My father met him once in an airport.
What, Jake the Snake Roberts? Stone Mountain, Georgia.
I don't know any of these people.
His daughter.
I know
Charlotte's
that
on
guy
there.
with the jerky. What's his face? Macho Man.
Oh, yeah. Stop it, you asleep, Jim.
He's dead now.
Yes, he is.
Most of them.
A lot of them are dead.
Yeah. The Diamond Joe.
Diamond
Phillips?
Dallas
Dallas
Page.
Page?
Diamond Dallas
Diamond
Page
Joe Phillips?
now does fucking yoga.
That's because he like wrecked his knees and completely replaced, and then tried to go back into wrestling for some reason. I don't know why that happened.
His yoga tapes are the best thing ever because he's still like, yeah, Diamond Dallas Page, coming at you, namaste.
I've heard of him.
WCW champion. for a
Favorite
while.
video game?
Skyrim or like StarCraft or Rise of Nations.
I like my
So-
Those
segue.
aren't really video games though. Those are like strategy games. What about like Twitch games?
How,
Like Pac-Man or Galaga or like.
see, but those aren't really
Mortal
video games. Those
Kombat.
are like arcade games.
We're talking about
The whole generational shift is just strange to me.
video game.
I'm old school like him. I like Tetris, Galaga.
Ooh.
Those two I play a lot, especially from like the YouTube space.
So no love for Centipede, huh?
That was a girls' game. Centipede was the girls' game.
Shut up.
No, it was.
Yes,
it was
it
because it
was.
was a ball you
Shut
could
up.
stroke and like it was
That's not-
a worm coming down and it was like it was a girls' game.
What's
Little
Pac-Man
pinch.
then?
It was another girls' game, but however,
Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah,
That
Miss
was for
Pac-Man was a
dudes.
girls' game. Yeah.
Totally for dudes.
She is pretty hot.
Yeah, totally.
She's the hottest ghost in the world.
Yeah.
It was like that and Nala that ushered me into manhood.
Nala
right
from
there.
The Lion King?
Oh yeah. Just had that.
So
I
it's
like-
Sort of
the
wrestling
cloud
around.
comes
You're like,
up.
oh yeah, I'm 5 here, but I'm kind of. Oh, there's some undertones I'm picking up on.
Well, the cloud comes up. It says sex. You saw that on? Do you see that on YouTube?
Oh no.
That's not
Yeah.
real.
No, I
though.
showed it on TV. I saw
No,
it.
I mean like it's not intentional.
It says sex. How can it not? How can they draw every frame, Al? How could it not be?
They're
intentional?
racist, not sexual.
With a penis in the Little Mermaid thing.
Well, hey, that could have just been any random
Yeah.
phallic shaped spire.
Yeah.
I trust King Neptune to not be a pervert.
He doesn't even have genitals. He's half a fish.
Well, he's probably got like some sort of
Who's King
secretion
Neptune?
sack that he
King Neptune's
swims
from
over
Little
his
Mermaid.
mates.
Who's that?
Ariel's father.
I don't remember his name. I thought
Holy
it was
crap.
Trident. Was his?
Trident.
his
What do they call him
thing.
Triton in that? They didn't call him Triton.
Triton.
Did they? No.
I believe he's King Neptune.
He was King Neptune.
Yeah.
He was Triton.
I don't know.
You know, his weapon is a trident.
A trident. Yeah.
Triton. Okay, I will look that
Wait,
shit
is
up.
King Triton? Is that
King Triton.
Oh, jeez, is that Greek for? No, because that's Saturn.
It is Greek.
No, Neptune is the Roman,
Yeah,
and Poseidon is the Greek.
I mean, it's not
Oh, we're
Triton. Is anything
geeky.
like a,
But I tell you what, because I do have a friend that works at Oxnard High School, and they have a Neptune guy as their mascot, but they're
It's in
called the Tritons.
mythology.
So I don't know what the Triton is. You have to look it up. Triton.
Okay.
Triton. T-R-I.
Bam, there
Well,
he
that's
is.
a picture, but what's the name of it?
King Triton.
Oh, it is King Triton.
I know my Little Mermaid. I own it. It's over
Wow.
there, bitch.
seriously, it's King Triton?
That's what it says in
I
that.
thought, like, didn't someone call him King Neptune?
Nope.
No,
I know.
guess not.
I thought it was King
I was with you. I
Triton
think
is
something's-
Greek. He's a deity.
Oh, is it?
He's a Greek god, the messenger of the sea. He's the
Messenger
son
of
of
the sea.
Poseidon
Son of
and
Poseidon.
Aphrodite.
Why would you name yourself
Aphrodite.
the freaking messenger
Aphrodite.
of the sea when you could be the king of the ocean?
Well, because his father was the king.
That's
Oh wait, this guy.
He carried a trident.
You know, maybe I got him confused with freaking Aquaman. That might have happened because he
True.
is Poseidon, right?
What's Aquaman's real name?
Steve?
I forgot.
It's always Steve,
Nice,
isn't
but
it?
no. Arthur.
Arthur Clark.
It's always something lame.
Arthur
Peter.
Clark Kent?
I don't know what his last name is.
Clark.
Peter Fish Ear. Ah!
It's never something cool like Nick.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury
his
doesn't
real
count.
name.
He's like not like a little like teenage wuss.
Don't make
He's
fun of
the
Peter
Shield
Parker.
guy.
Peter Parker's a man.
Oh, are you guys gonna watch Marvel's
Oh yeah,
Shield
Definitely.
show?
100%. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's, I know people that work on that show.
I forgot what it would stand for. SH
Strategic Homeland
Intelligence.
Intelligence and effluvium.
Fluvian?
Eld.
ELD department.
We'll have to go back and watch that part. And
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll say it a million times in the show.
yeah.
I'm waiting for just like the first superhero movie, like Avengers 3, to come out and just eat it, Batman and Robin style.
And that won't happen.
I'm waiting for the Justice League movie. I'm
That
Warriors
one might
or
come out
Warriors?
and eat it, Batman and Robin style.
Well, we'll see.
Huh.
If Batman Superman doesn't work, there'll be no Justice League movie.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk about Batfleck.
I'm down for that. I was nothing to say. I'm 100% on board. I'm board.
Why?
Without using Daredevil as a defense.
Why do we have to talk about it, or why
Without
is it
using
happening?
Daredevil as an offense, what else? What other reason is there that you can't choose
Okay.
Ben Affleck?
Or
Well,
Argo?
other than Daredevil?
Yeah, because he wasn't the problem in Daredevil.
And
That was
Argo.
that wasn't his problem. And Argo.
I think in one interview he said he'll never do any more another superhero movie in his career.
Okay.
You know? I don't know. But he doesn't, I mean, look, when they were talking about Daredevil, before he got cast for Daredevil, I was thinking, like, he should be Superman. He has the
Oh, yeah,
voice,
no,
he's
he
got
was
the
up for
lock
He
shot.
played George Reeves
Yeah, he was up for that. They wanted him for
for a
Man of
Golden
Steel.
Globe. He won a Golden Globe, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, for Hollywoodland.
He's a really great. I mean, he's a great actor. He is one of the great actors. He's also a really good director. But
But I don't
he's
see
one of
him
the great actors.
brooding. I don't see him a brooding type. Yes.
He's a brilliant director. He's and
Well, but Bruce Wayne.
a decent actor. actor.
Bruce Wayne doesn't brood. That's the
Dark
thing.
Knight broods.
Well, but Dark Knight is a
Comic
brood.
book
That's a broody movie. Like we're looking more
Wasn't this
toward
based
it.
off the Dark Knight?
Returns?
Yeah, Returns, where him and Superman like duke it out.
The comic book is amazing. Dark Knight Returns, my favorite comic books of all time. Probably my favorite comic book ever.
The animated movie is really great, too.
The animated movie I felt was disappointing to me because the voice actors weren't committed. It just sounded horrible. Like I've heard it in my head for 20 years. Like I've heard it all going down in my head on how I'd like to hear it, and then watching it.
Emerson
Well,
was
I know
good.
the leads were good, but it's the gang, because they have this word slang they use in the comics, and they don't use it very
They
much. in the
reused
book.
a lot of
And the guys kind of
actors.
sound like this. Like they don't sound tough. They just kind of sound like, oh, well. I'm like, why are they? Do they not read this? Like, why don't they get actors that can do these voices and make the whole experience awesome?
I'm not saying shit because I covered it. I'm
Look,
out.
I'm not going
Because
to be
everyone
happy
cares.
until I get my Nolan-esque Batman Beyond movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because that would be awesome.
Can I tell you something I heard? It's this is
not gonna
very
happen.
low level. What's the word? Very in its infancy. Maybe a TV series. Maybe.
Starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No, but maybe that. Like you ever seen Arrow? We watched Arrow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the tone of that,
Yeah.
but a Batman Beyond like that.
I'm glad that
tone.
worked out because there have been times when they like brought superheroes to television. It didn't work out so much.
Well, that's the answer. It's like we can't have Batman. We can't have a new Batman TV show, but we can have something else. Well, how about Arrow? We'll do that.
And
Take
he
it the
was,
Smallville
like-
character, moving it into a
Yeah,
show.
and it was a different guy playing
Yeah.
him too.
And it's violent, it's fun, it moves fast. It's
Remember
not for
when they
kids.
tried to do Tarzan? That was a
that
total
lasted for a
disaster.
long time, though.
You know what was
Tarzan
really
like 4
good
seasons.
that didn't last, unfortunately, but was getting really good was Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
That was really. I
felt
loved
bad,
that
but
show.
Me too.
Wasn't that one was about Batman, right?
Well,
Sort
that
of.
cursory.
His child from
Huntress.
Catwoman.
Yeah, Huntress,
Helena.
Oracle, and who was the third one?
I was gonna
Huntress
say-
Oracle.
And then,
Batman.
Is that the
Good one.
Selena Kyle Bruce Wayne baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she's like their little
Helena.
daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she like teams up with these other girls.
with the Huntress and the
And then the psychiatrist being
yeah, they had like Harley Quinn in like a proto phase.
Harley
and
Quinn.
They kind of teased the
Harley
Joker
Quinn.
here and there, like he might show up, and
It was
he just
awesome.
Never did.
He's too badass to show up on
I'd
television.
love to see that.
That's the thing I love though
Again.
about Batman Beyond so much was rather than like the Joker continuing on, he just became like a gang of crazy hoodlums. And I was like, that's such a nice way of like
Yeah.
taking.
But wasn't he like a computer generated thing or something?
He ended up being like DNA implanted into one of the Robins later.
Right.
It was a really weird thing, but it was cool because Mark Hamill was doing the voice again.
That reminds me, and that brings me back to it because you said Mark Hamill. Perfect segue. I don't usually get those, but this is pretty cool.
Boom, radio guy.
I just
Awesome.
saw THX, the original short film, most of it that I could stand,
Starring
of George Lucas, not with Robert Duvall.
Oh,
The
original
original
I didn't mention that
one,
we
which
talked.
was fucking awful.
Wait. Was Mark Hamill in the original
No.
THX?
No, it's just
But that is part of the Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, like, that
Trilogy.
would have been awesome if he was just like wandering around USC's
He-
campus, like, "Hey, you're gonna
No.
come here. You're gonna be in my movie."
He had a relationship with George Lucas, and so I put that into the story that
Okay.
he led me to George Lucas's film that
Hmm.
preceded.
Okay,
Star
I
Wars.
was unclear when you mentioned that to me. You were watching the student film, so I didn't register you were watching the movie.
Yes.
And I was like, well, the movie's good.
No,
Okay.
not this one.
I haven't
Wait,
seen it.
so
This
you-
original one?
Yeah,
the one that
The
came
original
before?
one was a piece of shit.
What's a
I will
student
say it.
film?
That's what I kept trying to tell her. I'm like, it's a
Piece of
student.
I
film.
don't care. The
I
sound.
hope you were that forgiving when your stuff gets rated at some point. It's
Dude,
like,
I was-
oh, this is terrible. Like, this is a student film. Well, I don't care.
Dude, I hated Adult. Okay, I'm not going to say I hated Adult. I said I hated the way it ended up and that I wanted to remake it. Obviously, I did because I put it on Indiegogo to see if we could remake it, and then it never happened, but blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I can criticize my own work. Thank you very much. I'm just saying that I got a headache from watching this film, from all of the dialogue within the computer world and everything, where this guy is saying the same shit over and over again, like I'm in 1984 or some shit. I was just like,
The book or the year?
the freaking
I mean, the movie.
book come to fucking life.
When I watch student
I like
films
Logan's
from
Run.
filmmakers or established filmmakers, I find it like a great joy and learning of the mistakes they make that I made
appreciate
before
that.
also.
That's true.
And you just like, well, then everybody, I mean, they're not gods. They made
I
mistakes.
think we
That's
should be
how
seeing, I'm going to put it out there, it probably won't be shown in schools or LACC or whatever anytime soon because he had nothing to do with LACC or USC, I guess. But Quentin Tarantino's first film was My Best Friend's Birthday, and it still holds up, most of it. The thing is, it got destroyed, a lot of it, because it was filmed back in the day, and it got in the wrong hands, or he just wanted it destroyed because he freaking hated it. He was known to hate his previous works. So I thought that was a good example of like dialogue and characters.
Is he still known to do that, or has Quentin Tarantino died in the past hour and I just haven't realized?
He died. So sorry to say that to you.
Oh man, that's
we'll miss you. I'll miss you.
Three-way shootout with him, George Lucas, and Steven Spielberg.
Of course, I say shit about Quentin Tarantino whom I met.
Was he? Did he just yell stuff at you? I just feel like
no. It was my birthday, and he hugged me twice.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's
and pinched me to see if I was still.
I heard he was a really nice dude. I feel like he's got a touch of that artistic to him. So it's just really
yeah.
You're talking to him, and you're like, you definitely you make things for a living because I cannot relate to you as a person.
Well, I just saw him.
Well, he was easy to talk to.
Hear him talk, but I saw he was at the World's End trilogy, that Cornetto trilogy.
He'll be at the World's End.
And
be there.
like a
samurai sword.
But he was there, and he just showed up there. Like he didn't say anything to anybody, he didn't talk. He just kind of like was trying to get to the seat.
That's how
and
he
people
rolls.
saw him, and they were like, "Yeah!" And he's like, "Hey, everybody!" And then he just kind of sat down in the front row
like that.
for the Q&A, and it was just a Q&A. And like they didn't refer to him or anything. I was like, "That's kind of an awesome."
I was in college.
That's amazing.
And
thank you.
Thank you.
For that
I
story.
passed it. Yeah. No, I did.
Is your transcripts?
That's a callback to something we haven't done on the air.
So I couldn't have a full-time job, so I did background work a little bit. So I worked on Jackie Brown.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome. It was like Quentin.
Were you in the mall?
No, airport scene.
Oh.
So we were there. So we brought the other plus that Maria Sorvino was there too. So I was like, wow, double.
Nice.
So, but I mean, like it's kind of during lunch, and we were all talking to him. I mean, at least I was talking to him because he was sitting right in front of me this way. He kept talking about. He didn't talk about the movie so much. He kept talking about the things he loved about movies. Why he got into the in comic books, TV shows from the '70s, all that stuff. Everything. It was like talking to a fanboy. I was like, this guy's
and that
cool,
shows
man.
through in his filmmaking.
I want to see a Batman from Quentin Tarantino.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my gosh!
I think he wanted to write a Superman script. And there was a
He
rumor that there was
should.
one around, but no one ever saw it. I don't think it exists.
I
would watch
love
that.
that shit. Oh my gosh. I said like yesterday, or I had someone say, because we were doing this stupid thing in English 102, we're being treated like 10-year-old children, but where we introduce ourselves by giving our information to this other person, and one of it had to be like what we'd have somebody put at our gravesite. I said the series box set of Louis the series, and then the guy that I did it with, I didn't do it with him. I'm just saying we did the thing. He put Friends. And I was like, I can
Just
get on board with
Friends
that.
or the show Friends?
The Friends, the show.
Oh, okay.
And then I put like my collection of written works. And then for what our future goals were, mine was he said to be the female Quentin Tarantino, but a better actor. And then she stepped on his last line and his punchline, and she just starts saying, "Oh, but isn't he kind of cruel?" And I'm like, No, I think he's pretty cool, and he has a lot to say, and I like what he does.
I think at my graveside, I'd probably put someone else's body. And I would just keep living.
It wasn't you.
No, I'd be living.
Yeah.
I don't plan on dying.
Nobody plans on it except Walt White.
And then after a
Call
while,
back.
when you succeed, you just kind of keep doing it anyway because you're like, well, I'm really good at planning.
Oh, and then all of a sudden you're not dying anymore.
Yeah.
A million times.
And then all of a sudden you are dying again, so you need to get a chain gun. Flash forward.
That's something to look forward to.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He gets a
Walt
pretty
Jr. lives.
Well, we don't know that. He could
Till
be dead in
now.
Flash forward.
What if he died tonight?
That would be
No.
awesome.
Oh
we
my
don't.
God.
We don't know. This is just a minor.
He could
spoiler.
die.
We don't know who's in the house.
The
I'm just
Heisenberg
saying.
house? I don't think anyone's in the Heisenberg
I
house.
think
We don't
Walt's
know
in the
because
house.
Walt's the only one we see. We don't know who else is in the house.
Walt's in the
we don't
house.
Know, we don't know if Walt Jr.'s there taking care of the kids.
Who's in the house?
But wait. No, that house is condemned, though.
No.
Not yet.
After last week's episode.
Not yet.
What happened at the end of last week's episode? You
Is there a
remember?
basement in this
yeah.
house?
Don't tell me.
Well,
Don't
they
worry
made a
about
little
it.
crawl space, but not a basement. So you know what happened at the end, right?
Yeah.
Someone comes in and does something in there. We don't know who's in the house at that point. We don't know what happens as a result of that.
Oh, yeah, no, but I'm
We
just...
assume the house is condemned because of what happens at the end of the last thing. We don't know, but we can assume that the
Yeah.
house is condemned because of what
But
happens.
he's also still.
at the end. Right? And there was some spoiler pictures
This
posted
is
today that showed
interesting to
some-
do with somebody who
I
hasn't
know.
seen it.
I think that was like the best reaction ever to figuring out about just, you know what, I'm just gonna get some gas.
Burn this down.
Let's
But-
just do this shit.
So let's just say someone tries to burn a house down. There could be somebody inside of the house that we don't know about yet.
There is.
Holly, it's the baby. It has to be the baby.
Right?
He's
Or
gonna
maybe-
kill the baby and then he's gonna
Could
die.
happen.
And
Or
it's
he
just
could,
gonna be
or
like-
he could realize the baby's in there and try to save it. You don't know. You don't know.
But
Jesse's not a bad guy. He's a good guy.
Shh! Don't say his name. You messed it up.
I just love that he kicks down the like. That's his first reaction. Is like,
Sorry,
oh,
man.
I need to pour gasoline everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like, and then I love the realization scene. Don't you love how it happened? How
I
he's
really
like,
love the car driving up and then driving away.
It's-
And I was like, all
Just
right.
how, that could be a repercussion as well. That could be a problem. That
Yeah.
guy, he seems to be pretty
Oh.
dangerous.
it's a problem.
It's got to be, right? Because why is Walt on the run at the beginning
I
of
think
season 5?
we're in trouble here.
Yeah, but Walt disappears though. So he's
Saul's in
At some
trouble
point, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Saul is in fucking
Saul's getting
trouble.
a spin-off. He's fine.
No, he's in trouble.
Well, Saul just disappeared. Like he'll use the vacuum service.
He's completely out of it. Like he's so slippery, he's so good at getting away with shit.
Yeah.
And like I say, getting a spin-off where he is his character, so I don't think he's going to be able to.
But Walt Jr., like, he's in the house.
I hope he dies. I don't like Walt Jr. I have to admit, I don't like him.
Well, but
Because of
he
his
eats breakfast.
The
disability.
breakfast thing. No, because
Because he likes breakfast.
His hilarious crying face. Yes, there's that. But
The IHOP.
I hope at the end it turns out that Walt Jr. is Walt's like main meth competitor. Because he's always leaving all the time. You
That
don't know
would
where
be-
he goes. They never show you where Walt goes.
That would be
Like,
awesome.
Well, I think there was like a fan.
What if he
theory
turned out to be like Kaiser Soze?
Oh,
Kaiser Soze.
Oh right, he just untwists at the end. Like, that's why I fall love and Kaiser says it alone.
I know
love
there's a
it.
fan theory out there that he's not actually Walter's kid. He's Ted's. You know, because I don't think Walt.
Ted would have a
That's true
kid
because he
with a
doesn't really
problem.
look like Walt.
Well, probably because they're different actors.
Well, I mean, she could still choose an actor that looks kind of like the actor.
I think, well, they both have black hair, so
Not if
you
they
know,
suck
Yeah.
and they don't have a
But
disability.
he's tall and like he's.
And did they just find R.J. Mike? They were like, yeah, him, or like, did they?
I think they
Was he written
casted
cerebral palsy all the time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
for sure. Like in the script in like the first episode, it's like a major point in the episode where he's like being bullied, and then Heisenberg comes out for a second and goes all crazy on the
He
bullies.
beats that
Oh
crap.
yeah, they just like beat the crap out of the kid for walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really. Oh, what a good scene.
Such great moments in that show. I'm telling you, it's the best show.
He
I
was
think it might be the
Heisenberg
best
from the
show in
beginning.
history of television. It might be
Yeah.
the best show ever.
The Wire,
I'm
I
taking
can't
it
really
from
get
that.
into.
I need
The
to
Wire was great too.
watch
I can't get
all
into
of The
it.
Sopranos, but yeah.
Ugh.
Fizzles out. I think season 1, 2, 3 are great. Season 4
Sorry.
and a half great, and then the rest of it's kind of, and then it kind of ends on a shit note.
It's kind of what I love about
I
Breaking
hate
Bad,
that
is
about-
it's just it knows where it's going and it's just running there.
It's because the guy that did Sopranos was just such an asshole about it. Like he was so dead set on giving the fans anything they wanted. He just kept getting
David
the
Chase?
opposite. Yeah, he just kept going the opposite way constantly, and then just saying fuck the fans. Like I don't even care what they think. I'm gonna do what I want, and then ends it on a shit note. And it's like what?
Lady Gaga was in.
Oh, okay.
Community
Let's
rejector.
talk about that
Yeah.
ridiculous song called "Applause."
I like the video.
What's
the video
that?
was pretty neat.
It was alright.
Who's that?
It's old school.
Lady Gaga.
Lady
I'm sorry.
Gaga.
No, she's great. I
She
mean,
had
she's,
she had a performance on the Video Music Awards
Sorry,
That's pretty interesting.
where she was like dressed like a boxed nun in a video game.
I like her. I don't really like. I like her music. It's kind of catchy, but I like her because she seems to be an artiste.
She
in
is.
everything. That's why,
She's like the
and
female Prince.
Is
I
she
kind of like
without
that.
the name.
really
change.
an artist,
Yeah.
or is this
No,
just
no,
all
she
just
is.
horribly
No.
manufactured? Like,
She
it was
is-
cool
she
when
is-
Madonna did this.
No, she is a classically trained
But she's
pianist.
fucking
She
going
goes
like
She's
doing
she
very
plays 4 or 5
talented.
instruments. She writes all her own music.
She
all her
did
own
like
songs.
really weird pop back in the day, like
Yeah.
like
But the difference with Madonna is that
Soft
she
pop.
did it, but she did it with sexual overtones and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
Madonna
so
was
it's so
manufactured.
explicit. Lady Gaga,
I
she
still
seems
feel
to
like
do
Lady
it.
Gaga's manufactured. I appreciate
there's
her
a
skill
new-
as a musician.
so was
but
Miley
I
Cyrus. By the
Well,
way.
I don't
everybody's
know.
manufactured.
Well,
There's
do
no.
we have to talk about that because that was bad?
It was really bad.
I don't care.
Like I don't.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen since like Britney Spears.
I fear if I had daughters, I don't know what I'll do. You know.
I think
You
it-
just watch it with them and say, "Don't do that." I mean, that's all. That's a parent. That's what you
the
do.
worst
You
is
watch
like
it, don't do that.
after she bent down and got up because what's his name?
Robin
Robin
Thicke.
Thicke was
The
like,
town
I don't know why my eyes darted towards his crotch because he had a heart on. He had. Watch the video again because I
I'm
saw.
sure you did, wouldn't you?
He's a dude.
I'm just saying, but see on MTV.
He's not. I'm
I-
not gonna say shit, but
I'm-
like he's totally like doing other chicks.
Well, yeah, he's a musician. The thing that bothers me the most about it is just like the sexual political outlash. Like people were slut shaming Miley Cyrus When really we should just be shaming Miley Cyrus because it was bad.
It was in bad taste. It was a badly
my question
performed.
My question is, why does anybody give credence to it at all? And then when I watch these things, I watch
it was an anomaly.
I mean, I think people have opinions simply
it was like
because
Star Wars holiday special.
I
mean,
I feel like people, even if people did either have no opinion on it or a positive opinion about it, that really people are screaming out about it because they can and not because they want to. It's because people bandwagon a lot on this shit. And it's like, and I'm just not a bandwagon. Like, I'm never bandwagon. And I watched and I was like, who cares?
If JT went out and did what she did, I think there would be still an outrage over it.
Justin Timberlake.
Okay. Yeah, I call him JT.
Is he twerking? Actually, I would love to see twerking in front of Robin Thicke. That would be kind of and like some teddy bears. You shoot it a little bit better than
you would want that to happen.
And again, I guarantee next time Justin Timberlake's on SNL,
I haven't played Miley Cyrus.
We can't really compare the two because Justin Timberlake's a complete package performer.
He is.
And since he was a child, and he has the goal and the vision of what he wants to do.
The Jackson.
Right, and he's brilliant. He's a brilliant guy. I mean, he just like the last SNL thing. I watched him like that. He's a brilliant guy.
So
he just knows how to walk right in, and he just exploits his talent for comedy in a smart way and not in a jokey way. Like Miley Cyrus.
I love him in Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, well, he did the whole week of Jimmy Fallon, and he did great stuff. I mean, I sense some sort of variety series coming on for him.
Do you think he could
That'd
play
be great.
Riddler?
Yeah, sure, why not? I think he's a good actor. I mean, I see Alpha Dog and...
Runner doesn't look very good, though.
Can we agree, then, that Justin Timberlake probably should have been Batman?
Or Aquaman would be interesting for Justin Timberlake.
I just want to see him twerking.
Twerking in a Riddler costume.
To take back the night. With Robin Thicke. Together.
I think with Miley Cyrus in the Beetlejuice costume.
Screw
and
her.
He does the... Well, that's what I'm saying.
I want him to twerk Robin Thicke. I think that would be hot.
I want to twerk Alan Thicke.
I think the most annoying thing with Miley Cyrus during that performance, and I didn't see the show, I just saw all the animated kids that were out there.
That's enough.
Yeah, I know. In the internet age, that's information.
Not so much the tongue coming out, it's just like, every time the tongue came out, like, oh my god, the color, oh my god, cum tongue, oh my god, please. It's a Sunday.
It goes in once, it comes out, it has a fetus on it.
It does look oddly white.
I know!
I have to say.
Well, you know what happens when, what does that is pot smoking does that. And so does some prescription drugs will change.
And salvia?
Was she the one that did salvia? Oh, that was. I guess it was her.
I do my research, guys.
I thought that was.
You know what? I want to know.
The bong one.
How did 2 Chainz, who was completely a part of that, the third person, he completely dodged that bullet. Like, I don't know.
Is he a black guy? I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
They're all interchangeable.
You can't ever say anything bad about a black guy unless you're another black person.
I was just so like, and 2 Chainz was also there. I feel like someone should say that in between.
I can't remember Pharrell. Pharrell wasn't there. He was just with the robot guys.
Daft Punk.
I know what they're called. I'm just calling them the robot guys.
I would have just rather hung out with the robot guys too.
Yeah.
Actually, if it's just been a whole show of just the robot guys.
I wanted more.
I
wanted more of the robot guys with "Lose Yourself to Dance." I wanted more of that. It was only a minute long.
I like it.
I'd rather watch that than the stupid Miley Cyrus.
I don't like that.
Doing "We Can't Stop," which got in my head for days.
And we can't stop. And
stop. I had to put on Daft Punk to get it out of my head. Get lucky.
That's a good single, but unfortunately, it was a deceptive single. The album is not that good. It's not as good as that single.
Really?
It's not. I don't think so.
I think it's relaxing.
I mean, I think it's good, but Daft Punk, I think about I think about lots of danceable, upbeat, funky stuff, and this is just so chill. It's like, I don't know if I can hear a whole album of this.
Well, I think that's what's cool about it, is that it is just a chill album. Where usually
you can just
do
yoga,
going against their usual style.
Yeah, but that would be like, any other popular artist known for dance music who does a slow jam album. It's like, people, I don't know.
Radiohead had some interesting
Radiohead
moments.
did a whole... they transmuted into something good for me eventually. I wasn't into the whole pre-Hail to the Thief.
You like the Tom York dance thing?
Hail to the Thief on In Rainbows, really love. Kind of like Pablo Honey a little bit.
I like High and Dry.
But I didn't get into the Kid A stuff. I didn't get into the OK Computer stuff. I just couldn't grasp it. But until I heard Hail to the Thief, I didn't actually appreciate the band at all.
Well, it's almost like, when Snoop Dogg went from ghetto, crazy rap, hip-hop, to this reggae.
Snoop Lion.
And I actually love it.
It's not bad, actually. It's not bad.
Well, as much as I love to talk about musical inspirations some more, and we'll just get them real quickly for a gauge. Ryan, who's your musical inspiration? Or any kind of inspiration to you?
My favorite band is Queen.
It's awesome, man. Wembley Stadium. Best live concert in history.
Oh, dude, Freddie Mercury was quite the showman.
Yeah.
Top
Who's going to play him?
I think Sacha Baron Cohen should play.
Yeah, he was up for
probably
it.
excellent. Yeah.
There's no reason that shouldn't happen. I mean, unless people just think he might camp it up, but he was campy. What do you want?
Okay, musical or any kind of inspiration to you in your life?
I think Sting, his solo work.
I just saw.
Sting. It's just like he. I mean,
the Police.
Well,
Yeah.
outside from that, I mean, I think he especially
He's hot.
The Soul Cages. He was very personable about his father and everything that was going through his life at the time.
He's also
at
hot.
the time of my life.
Musical inspiration.
I've
Nobody's
been
saying
thinking-
Prince.
I've been thinking about it. Prince, I think no. I've been thinking
How about a
about
girl?
it. Well, you want me to ask me? You didn't ask me. You want me to say well, like
Guy
as a girl,
or
I mean,
girl?
My actual
Guy or girl?
My actual inspiration for music doesn't come from anything like that. It's actually I like Indian techno and Arabian techno, and I like bands like Karsh Kalay and Medieval Pundits and Talvin Singh from India. I mean, those guys, Nitin Sawatani.
I love Indian music.
Fucking awesome. But I think if I had to pick something popular, I really kind of dig on the 70s funk, James Brown, that kind of stuff. More of the poppy stuff later on in the 70s. Guys that have no names, but you hear their songs all the time.
I like the Beatles. I like System of a Down for like Armenian music. I don't know. Chop Suey. It just has so many layers. I don't like so much jazz. I'm not a fan of Ella Fitzgerald. Sorry, I'm not. She bores me. I do like.
Well, you know what? Maybe you
Beyonce.
bore.
That's true. Because she thinks your name is too. Your names are too close
I'm just
together.
kidding.
She's dead, right?
She just passed away.
All is fair.
Ella's fair.
So she did think that you were boring. Maybe
Yeah.
she did think that you were boring.
I have no reason to live.
Anyway.
So,
Etta James is dead too. But
Etta James, who I'm thinking
I
of,
liked
for
her
sure.
music.
Ella Fitzgerald's way dead.
I like Johnny Cash. I like.
Johnny Cash is so awesome. He
He's
makes
so
me
awesome.
want to be a Christian. And I like.
I know.
And I'm like,
I know what you mean.
But I don't really.
I'm like, I'm not
believe
sure,
in it,
but like, yeah.
Can this guy just be the spokesman? Because he's just kicking Satan's ass, and I'm down with it.
Well, but he did
Man
have
in
a
Black,
whole sort
you know?
of non-Christ-like life before he
Yeah,
was Christ-like.
with the drugs
so,
and
yeah.
everything.
So he had some fun before.
That's true.
But he had a wonderful love story with June Carter.
The movie was good.
Yeah, it was great when he
Walk the Line was
ended
great.
that marriage. Really good dude.
Well, he fell in love. What is he gonna do?
He's a musician, right? Like you said it before, he's a musician.
Yeah, that's true. He is a musician.
He
is a
pursued
And a
her.
badass, you know.
Yeah,
a badass.
that's true.
They were in love from some time.
They made some good music.
I also like Bill Haley in the comics.
From the comics.
Comics.
That's the improv group. That's the improv troupe that's coming out.
We're gonna create that.
Bill Haley in the comics. Let's not do that.
Oh, by the way, the Source is not playing right now, but we will be eventually at some point. But we have played some venues, and shout out to my team members. Anyway,
That was a complete different language to me. No idea what just happened.
I was putting that together based off of Facebook invites I've gotten.
Oh, right. That's your improv group. That's right.
asshole.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry. He mentioned Faith. I'm like in my head, started looking through your posts. I'm like, oh yeah, the Source is your improv.
and Madonna. I like Madonna.
Madonna's your improv group too.
No, she's my inspiration. There's no hesitation.
Where she went to New York from wherever the hell she was from to be a dancer.
That's a
Detroit.
song I
She's from
wrote.
Detroit.
To be a dancer and ended up hooking up with some producers.
I just started
and sleeping with other people.
I just started singing a song that I wrote. She's my inspiration. There's no hesitation. She's the one for me.
What is it? I don't know why you kept bringing up that she was sleeping with a bunch of people. She's just a
Is
very
she like the
sexually empowered
Marilyn
woman.
Monroe
Oh, you're right.
of the music industry?
She is actually she's probably responsible for the modern video age. And she's definitely a female.
Video killed the radio star.
No.
Are you sure it
She's-
wasn't Michael Jackson? Because the
Well,
Thriller album was
well, I would
pretty
say
awesome.
along with him, Michael or Madonna, Michael Jackson. I mean, there's these icons of the
Poison.
new.
I'm gonna end this soon, but I just wanted to bring up this thing that I saw on Funny or Die that was awesome.
Okay.
Has Aaron Paul in it. Weird, the Weird Al Yankovic story on Funny or Die.
I haven't seen
It's
that one.
amazing. I want to see that freaking movie. It's like Johnny Cash's movie and like origin movie, and then Walk Hard put together.
Where else did I never make another movie again ever after UHF?
Well, he was in the
Well,
I know he
preview
was in the preview, yeah.
for
Kind of like the perfect 80s spoof movie.
Right.
UHF.
And he hated it so much. He thought it bombed so badly.
Shout out to Weird Al Yankovic. Love you,
I
man.
met him too.
I met him too. Whatever. I met him at Whole Foods. Where'd you meet him?
A few times.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, that is for me in my lifetime the best live show I've ever seen. Is Weird Al. I've seen Weird Al live 4 or 5 times. And
well, this is the best live show I've ever had.
Well, this is the awesomest I've been on.
You know, and I want to thank my guests so much for coming. and doing the show as well.
Come tongue.
Oh gosh.
That's a new one, man.
Well, we went.
Hashtag it.
We went a whole episode without saying the C word, so that was nice. Not that one, but the other one.
Cat.
Cats.
Carnegie.
Yes. Cat. Carnegie Hall.
Curmudgeon?
Yeah. Okay,
We
so
said
Steven
kerfuffle.
Robles. What is your Twitter and all that?
My Twitter is Esteban de Robles de Twitter.com. I don't have a Twitter. I'm on Facebook. You can look at I would prefer you go to my business page, World Domination Designs, which is where you can see all my photographs and my posters and everything else there. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can. I'm there, Steven Robles. You can just find me. I don't care.
With a V, like Carell.
With a V, not like Stephen King.
And Edwin A. Santos, in case they forgot from the last episode and they don't want to listen to it again. But boring.
You can find me on Twitter at Edwin_A_Santos or Santos.
Santos.
Or,
Edwin Santos.
Santos.
Arriba.
And
Arriba.
I have a Facebook page. Just search Edwin A. Santos and you'll find
I found it.
And stuff like that.
That's how I knew who you were when I walked up.
Oh,
I walked up like, hey, Edwin. He's
He
like,
turned to
hey.
me downstairs, like, what is it? He's like, guys, this wine knows
I'm like, yeah, what's up, Edwin? I do my research.
And also, I just want to repeat again the DVD that's coming out, Blue Dream. It's coming out on Tuesday, September 10th at Amazon. You can pre-order it right now. It's also coming out on Blockbuster and all these other online. It's only online at this point. You know how it is, indie films. So and it has James DeBall, Dominic Swain, Caden Cross.
Dominic Swain. Lolita.
Caden Cross.
Wow.
Olivia Barris, which was a cool thing because I always wanted to work with her, and Walter Koenig, Noah Hathaway.
Walter Koenig, shouting about his son, right? So,
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And Ryan.
I am on Twitter at Inky McDrinky.
Is that Mac Drinky or Mick Drinky?
McDrinky,
Okay.
spelled like how it sounds.
Like
so it's
McLumpia.
McDrinky. So if you want to know how many improv shows I've watched and seen, those are the numbers I'm posting.
Which is your favorite improv team right now? What will you see?
Source.
Aside from
Well, obviously the
conflict of interest.
Source, who spin webs of unfathomable hilarity every time I see them at the Neon Venus Sundays,
Nope.
You can see his face.
Give it up,
You
give
can
it up,
see
give
his
it
face
up.
here.
Tuesdays.
Io West, man.
Io West.
DCT.
DCT
Or the
on
Loft.
What's DCT?
or the Loft on
Okay.
To Be Determined.
Okay.
So look it up on Facebook.
Stop looking at me like that. It's
What is
so weird.
that? It's like a really weird, like a Bill Moyers thing, you know, but like angry.
Anyway, finish.
Bill from
I think Bill Moyers. I'm
I think
thinking.
the other news.
Yeah,
You're old, man.
I don't know.
Edward
I
Murrow,
forget
maybe?
names.
Good
Who's the guy that does This American Life?
That dude, what's his face?
Ira Glass.
You kind of remind me of that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Is it because I'm a white person with thick rimmed glasses?
With thick rimmed glasses, looking very judgmental.
Who I have a very Jewish last name. Dr. God's really good.
Where are they from? Well, you gotta tell me. I don't know anything about them.
Yes.
Io West.
Yeah, they let me in free there, so I know most of them. I'm sure there's some really great UCB.
I feel the same about
growling
Top
teams.
Story as a sketch.
Top Story, like really fantastic writers on that. I've seen though just like the straight sketch teams a lot have been really great.
But the
like,
gay ones.
The gay ones. Yeah. My
What about
God.
The homosexuals?
Gay
What
ones.
about the transgender?
The transgender, the bi ones, fantastic. The questioning. Don't get if they like if they are up in the air about their sexuality, they're fantastic. Particularly Secret Family. I went and saw them.
Is it true that iOS has an ESL improv team or ESL improv? That's
It's
awesome.
ESL Improv Jam. Patrick.
But do they include every ethnicity to do in their own language doing an improv jam, or is it like
They do it English as a second language, so it's all in English.
Oh,
But
okay.
if people drop into wherever they're from, it's totally cool too.
I gotta see that.
Okay, well, on that
I don't
note,
understand that. So is it in English?
Yes, in English.
may the source be with you guys, and you as well. And thank
Like
you so
spaghetti
much for
source?
coming to the show, and thank you so much for listening to the show.
Yes,
We
thank
will be doing it again on the 8th episode. I hope this was as good for you as it was for us.